Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing Wonka, the prequel about the acclaimed chocolatier, directed by Paul King, starring Timothée Chalamet. I really enjoyed Wonka. I think they definitely released it at the right time of year. Even though it's not a festive Christmas film, it has that festive warmth to it and a lot of the feelings that I think you associate with holiday time. And I think the box office numbers for this film definitely prove that. It's just a very wholesome, endearing and sweet film. If not quite hitting the touching sentimentality levels of Paddington or Paddington 2. It's still got that uniquely British feel and I think a charm that I think is very recognisable with British filmmaking. That level of compassion and amicable humanity that I think borders on being incredibly surface level, but it manages to pull off that feeling of still being touching, still being charming, and still just feeling incredibly heartwarming. I think as a musical, it doesn't necessarily feel too memorable. None of the song and dance numbers particularly stand out to me. The song and dance numbers feel more like something you'd see in a pantomime than a big musical film, I think, for me personally. Vocally, the songs all have the same kind of rhythmic feel and tone, which isn't a bad thing. I think the songs all have a kind of continuity that way. They all really help the flow of the film as well. I just don't think the film will be remembered for its musical value as much as it will just its general tone. The film's got a really good ensemble. I think the standouts are definitely the antagonist characters, the foils to Wonka's journey to his success. They're played by a host of eclectic British actors, all of which kind of lean into that pantomime villain feel. I think my favourite was Rowan Atkinson as the corrupt clergy. I think he's only in it very briefly, but he's so good with his facial expressions. But that's backed up by Olivia Colman, Joseph Paterson, a real range of familiar British faces who lend their Machiavellian charm to this piece. I think Timothée Chalamet is likeable as Wonka. I think he's endlessly likeable as a performer. I think he's an incredible actor. And this is a kind of role that's almost harder because it doesn't have the level of depth that I think a lot of his other characters have. He's just got to be this kind of relentlessly sweet, relentlessly compassionate and relentlessly energetic character, and I think he does it well. I think the set designers and production designers do a really good job as well. The practical sets all feel lived in, they all feel really kind of cozy and warm and contribute to that community feeling that this setting has. I think the film does have a tendency to lean into more CGI based sequences, which does pull you out of that community and cozy feel of the practical settings that they've made. And the only other thing that I think didn't quite land for me was the ending. I don't think the ending quite landed with the triumphant victory or the emotional sentimentality that I think they were going for. It's still fine, but I don't think it kind of fully hits you with the emotion that it needs to really feel like an earned ending. But overall, Wonka is just that really fun family film that I think everyone will enjoy if they're in the right mood for it. It's got a lot of accessible universal messages in it, so it's definitely one of those fun family films that is quite light on substance, but it manages to just capture this perfect tone. So do drop a comment below and let me know what you thought of Wonka. Please also consider liking and subscribing to the channel, guys, for more reviews, and in the meantime, we'll see you for the next one.